Hi, my name is Kayla. I've been at Lee Street Church since I was about 3 years old.
Hi, I'm Jaymie. I've been at Lee Street since I was born, basically. And when we went on our trip to Guatemala in 2024, we had visited a school that has a New City Kids program already built up in there. We had kind of seen how they're working with the kids, how everything was kind of working there. And to me, that kind of planted a seed of kind of hope in a way, and knowing wow, this is something that I want to do. Because the way that the teens would interact with the kids, just the entire time showing so much love on them, and you could see in the kids' faces just how excited they were and how happy they were to be there. It was really beautiful, and it really showed that this was something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, when we went to Guatemala, it kind of, we had known about New City Kids beforehand. I mean, Joel has mentioned it in services and brought it up because obviously that's a ministry he is well involved in. But when we went to Guatemala and actually saw it being acted out, saw what they're doing and how they interact with the kids and the relationships that they had, the joy that they have was it was present. Especially after they were more excited to be in that program after school than their school itself. It was great. So it just kind of solidified that I want to be involved in this. So Pastor Joel had kind of slyly mentioned that New City Kids was going to be brought to Lee Street. He wasn't allowed to announce it or make anything big. We kind of pulled us aside and he was like, this is going to be offered and you should be involved in it kind of thing. Or you should be a part of this program. So once he had mentioned it, that seed was already planted and we already saw it and we were excited for it. Once it was here and they were building it, I applied not once, not twice, but 3 times for a role in New City Kids here at Lee Street. And finally on the 3rd one, it was their registrar position, kind of working front desk, working behavioral management, which that behavioral management stuff has always been very prevalent in my life. Wanted to do social work and that stuff with kids is exactly where I wanted to be. So applied for the role, got it, and now I'm the behavioral specialist, kind of registrar front desk at New City.
Just like she was saying, Pastor Joel kind of just kept being you'd be great in this. This is something really cool. Especially in Guatemala, he was like, so what do you think? So what do you think? So then, now, once they had all the things out, we went to the open house, once they had the applications placed out, immediately started filling it out, getting all of the stuff in. I'm like, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. So I went through I don't remember what it's called, but they have a whole kind of training and interview day where all the teens come, they interview, they talk, they find out what it's all about, and then from that is how we find out we get hired. So I got hired, and now I'm teaching bass guitar, which is something that I absolutely love. I've always loved music. I mean, I sing at church, I play guitar, so I just knew that this was really something I wanted to do. So in New City Kids, the kids come every day from Monday to Thursday, and they get split into kind of 2 groups after we have a main session together where we're playing a ton of songs, they're jumping around, having fun. Then they get split off. Half of them go to music classes. They can either learn to play bass guitar, keyboard, and drums. And then the other half goes to their own tutoring tables that are kind of in their own age groups with a tutor that will specifically help them. And they have different days for different extra credit options if they don't have any homework. And they're learning a ton of songs just in the music programs that are really fun and kind of easy in a way to make it simple, where they're also learning kind of biblical things within the songs and just being able to learn how to play music.
I think the main hope would be bringing these kids and families into our church, to grow our church and to grow our church community would be one of the big ones. And also like these kids learning these instruments and growing in that, and then growing hopefully in their faith as well, which isn't like, yeah.
Yeah, I think like for like the future within this church, I think it's going to be amazing to hopefully see a lot of these kids, a lot of these families coming into our church, because I think like a really big part of New City Kids, like the whole statement is loving kids for change. And a lot of these kids come from harsh backgrounds, hard things with family, with a ton of things in school, and many other things that we don't even know about at times. And just to have a place where these kids feel loved and cared for is amazing, and it really definitely loves them for change. It helps them change in a way that's for better.